everybody, how's it going? Stoudman coming back at you again, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some Blu-rays that I got from various places. But first, the first thing I want to do is just to mention that I actually have some cool t-shirts that I made. I know, what's going on here? Since when does Stoudman design t-shirts? Don't worry, they're not t-shirts with Stoudman on them, which I just think would be kind of weird. I've made a few that pertain to the kind of stuff that I talk about here on my YouTube channel, but I've also made some that are just random kind of geeky, nerdy t-shirts, if you will. Some about the love of reading, some about the love of music, and stuff like that. But the one that I made that's specifically for this channel, for people who have watched me for quite some time, you know that I quite frequently when I'm watching movies, I'll say, look at the framing, right? So I got a pretty cool little t-shirt I made that just kind of does this thing right here and says, look at the framing right in the middle of it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a pile of crap. A pile of dog feces. I don't know. But I figured I'd give it a shot and throw it up on a t-shirt and see if people like it. And if they do, then, well, they can buy it now. And guess where you can buy it? On Amazon, of all places. All you got to do is go to Amazon, and they have it there. So, that's pretty cool. Yes, I do make a tiny fraction of money for each t-shirt sold, but it's not about that. It's just about I want to create some interesting looking t-shirts, get creative. And I have, I think, gotten pretty creative with these. So, I don't know. Take a look, if you will. I will put some links in the doobly-doo below to some of the shirts that I have selling currently on Amazon. And if you're interested, go ahead and try one out. Tell me what you think. With that said, let's get into the actual Blu-rays, shall we? So, the first title I picked up here was actually from eBay. I found this because I've been going on eBay a lot recently and selling a lot of things on there. I've been going to like thrift stores. You know how I go to thrift stores quite a bit. I've been going to thrift stores and finding DVDs that I know are worth some money and then selling them on eBay in order to get a couple extra bucks in my wallet, you know what I mean? And it really has just been a couple extra bucks. But it's still like I enjoy the thrill of the hunt, and I would love it if I can get paid for just hunting for DVDs and Blu-rays, which is something I already do anyways, because I love to do it. So that's one of the things I've been doing recently. And while I was doing that, eBay decided to give me a $5 off coupon randomly, out of nowhere, seemingly for no reason. I was like, okay, well, I'll go look around on eBay and see if there's anything I want there, any Blu-rays that I want there that I can get for a decent price after the $5 off. One particular seller that always pops up if you're a DVD and Blu-ray enthusiast who shops on eBay is Blow It Out of Here. And they just so happened to have a copy of a movie that I had no idea was in this particular format, because I thought it was only available in a digibook format that was now out of print. So I've been looking for this digibook for a halfway decent price for years now, because I missed it when it was in print, and now that it's out of print, it's pretty much impossible to find for less than like $50, $60, $70. So, you know, I go on eBay routinely every, I would say, 2 or 3 months, just to take a look and see, is it there? Can I get it for a decent price? Yada, yada, yada. Well, this time around I went on there and I looked and I found, oh, it's available in a format other than the digibook, still Blu-ray, but it's also available not in digibook form, just in the regular standalone case form. So they had it on Blow It Out of Here for $11.50, something like that, and $5 off brought it to $6.50. So I decided to go ahead and pick up the original King Kong. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. This is a movie, again, I've been trying to get in my collection for a long time, But because I missed out on the digibook, because I classic Stout Man, I just decided to wait until the price was lower, and then it never got lower, and then it went out of print, and then all it did was get higher. You know what I mean? So classic boondoggle in my case, I guess you could say. But I got King Kong here because I've been wanting it for so long. I'm like, you know what? I would love to get that digibook, but realistically, it's probably never going to happen because I'm never going to pay $75 frickin' dollars for it. I'm just not. If you want me to get that, I'm not going to pay collector's prices. I'm only going to pay what it was originally worth, which I believe is like $20 to $25. So, like, that's the top amount that I'm willing to pay for that. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of it. I'm a collector, but I'm not a collector who's willing to pay collector's prices. End of story. So, when I saw this for, well, it came to $6.50, I was like, score, that's perfect. That's a great freaking deal. That's amazing. That's an amazing deal. And I believe it has all the same special features. It doesn't have the booklet that comes in the digibook, obviously. But it has a commentary by visual effects veterans Ray Harryhausen and Ken Ralston with interview excerpts of Marion C. Cooper and Fay Wray. I'm King Kong, the exploits of Marion C. Cooper profiles the original King Kong's guiding hand. 7-part documentary RKO Production 601, The Making of Kong, the Eighth Wonder of the World. Original creation test footage with Ray Harryhausen commentary. The Lost Spider Pit sequence and the theatrical trailer. So, there's a lot of good stuff on here. Paid a really good price for it. Very happy to finally have a classic like this in my collection. Next up is one that I got for free, I guess you could say. Free, technically. I paid shipping for it. I got it from the Disney Movie Reward thing. I kept waiting, because it's been on there for a while now. And I kept waiting and waiting because I didn't have enough points for it. I had just barely not enough points to get it with, pay the shipping, right? And then finally, after collecting the free points they give you every month, after doing that for several months, I finally had enough points to get this particular movie, which is what I've been wanting on Blu-ray for quite some time, but I didn't want to pay a whole lot of money for it. So, finally decided to pick up Arachnophobia here. Paid the shipping, which I think came to like $3.50 or $4 or something like that. Which is, I mean, when you're paying $3.50, $4 total for a Blu-ray, especially one like this that at least until recently would not drop below the $9 to $10 price point, that's a pretty good deal. Of course, recently it did start dropping in price. Now it's like $6.96 on Amazon, and I'm just like, son of a... I would have paid $7 for it if I had known that it was going to drop in price like that. But you never know which one's going to be the one that drops in price. So, yeah, just kind of had to deal with it, I guess. So, still got a better deal, honestly, than what you can get now. But I had to wait longer, had to go through all those free point things, and just silliness, This doesn't come with a whole lot of featurettes. Production featurette, Frank Marshall featurette, and Venezuela sequence. That's about it. There's nothing else on here. So again, another reason why would you pay full price for this? I don't know why they think people would pay full price for this, but because it's on Disney Movie Rewards, you can pretty damn well bet that it is a touchstone release, and if it is a touchstone release, then they're simply not going to drop the price most of the time on it, because it's Disney. I mean, Touchstone isn't Disney, but Disney still handles all the Touchstone releases, so anytime they release anything on DVD or Blu-ray, it's going to be at an inflated price. So anytime you find something that's like a Touchstone release and it's under $10, it's probably a pretty good bet that you should pick it up, because it might never be that price again. So again, if you don't have this in your collection and you've seen it drop to $6.96 and you're still saying, well, I don't know, if you ever want to get this, just get it now. Just get it now. Do yourself a favor. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie when I was a kid. Well, kid is a bit much. I was an older kid when I watched this, right? It was scary as hell then to me, and over time I watched it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and because I think it was on like cable television, like on TBS and TNT and stuff like that a lot. So I watched it quite a few times, got used to all like the disturbing scenes in it enough that they didn't really scare me anymore. And yeah, it's still a really scary movie. It's still a really creepy movie, but I kind of got this more for nostalgia than anything else. So yeah, very happy to get that, especially just for shipping. Pretty cool deal. Speaking of Disney, this one took a long time to come in because, well, there's a bit of a story behind it too. I was waiting for this one to drop in price to, well, the price that it went to, which was $10, for a long time. I mean, it took years. It took like 2 years, I think, for this to drop to the right price. And then I saw it drop to $10 on Best Buy's website, and I'm like, awesome. So you know Amazon is going to price match that, right? They've got to. And at first, no, they didn't. They just kept waiting and waiting and waiting and never actually price matched it. And I'm just like, what do you mean you're not going to price match it? After all this freaking time, I can't get this movie because you won't price match it. Now, I get, like, I could have gotten it from Best Buy, but then I would have had to get the $35 of whatever for free shipping, and they have not had very many good deals at all recently, in my estimation. And just based on what I have in my collection right now, they just haven't had that many good deals for me. So it was just impossible for me to find anything to make up the $35 so that I can get the free shipping to get this particular movie on Blu-ray that I wanted to get for $10. So I kept waiting, hoping maybe sometime during the week it's going to drop to $10 on Amazon. Maybe sometime during the week they're going to price match it. And sure enough, eventually they did price match it. I think it was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that. And I immediately, the second I noticed it, now apparently it had been price matched at like ass o'clock in the morning, and I had been asleep, and then I wake up and I see it, and it's like, this was price matched 7 or 8 hours ago or something like that. I'm like, oh, so right when I went to sleep. Great. So I was worried at that point because I knew it had been 7 or 8 hours since this had been price matched, and sure enough, out of stock. Completely out of stock. And I'm just like, great. I've been waiting for this for how freaking long, and now it's out of freaking stock because I was asleep when it went down to $10, the price I wanted to pay. So I said, you know what, screw this. I'm going to get it anyways. So I just decided to buy it even though it's out of stock and wait for it to come back in stock. And it took like 2 freaking weeks for this sucker to come back in stock. So, yeah, I had to wait even longer, but I did eventually finally get The Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Groove here on Blu-ray for $10. I remember really loving this movie. I don't think I've actually seen this one yet, but I definitely have heard good things about it, and that's one of the reasons that I've been wanting to see it. So I've also been wanting to see this again for quite some time because it's just been a long time since I've actually seen it, and I remember enjoying it. So awesome stuff. Glad to have this in the collection, and I think, based on what I've been told, I'm probably also going to enjoy this. And when you consider that it was $10 for both here, that means I paid basically $5 a piece. Not a bad deal, and that's about what I wanted to pay for them. And when it comes to Disney, you got to take what you can get when it comes to deals like that, which is exactly why, even though it was out of stock, I just said, you know what? I've waited this long, I might as well just get it now and wait a little bit longer for it to come in the mail. And that's exactly what I did. So, yeah, pretty cool deal. And then finally, last but not least, a bit of an odd one here in comparison. I guess not too odd, but it's different, right? in comparison to the other ones that I got. So this one, randomly, I don't know why or how, just dropped to a really good price during the last week, and I decided to pick it up. And it is Misery, the Shout Factory Collector's Edition version of Misery. Now, I have the original Blu-ray release of this, which I will probably now sell on eBay or something, but I definitely wanted to get this one because, well, Shout Factory. Anytime you can get a Shout Factory release, Scream Factory release for a really, really good price, you kind of got to jump at it, because chances are it's only going to accrue in value, or at least stay at the same value that you paid for it, or even if I paid a really good price for it, which I did, I might even see it improve a bit by like $5 or something like that in value. So yeah, really cool. Comes with this alternate artwork here, and I love doing that with these, having the slip cover with the new artwork and the original artwork here on the inside. I love how they have that and give that option to you. This includes a new 4K restoration of the movie, another reason that I wanted to pick it up and replace my old copy. A new interview with the director Rob Reiner, a new interview with special effects makeup artist Greg Nicotero, audio commentary with Rob Reiner, audio commentary with screenwriter William Goldman, Misery Loves Company featurette, Mark Shaman's musical Misery Tour featurette, Diagnosing Annie Wilkes featurette, Advice for the Stalked featurette, Profile of a Stalker featurette, Celebrity Stalkers featurette, Anti-Stalking Laws featurette, and trailers. A lot of stalking things there. It's almost as if this is a movie about a stalker. Really enjoy this movie. It's very, very, very disturbing. Some really messed up scenes that once you see them, you'll never be able to forget them. You know, every time you think of something disturbing, that's what'll pop into your head. But good stuff. One of the best Stephen King adaptations, if you ask me personally. And this went down to, again, I think it was like $12.50, something like that. Anytime you see a Shout Factory, especially like a notable movie here, a Scream Factory release dropping down to that price, you gotta jump on it. And that's exactly what I did. So very, very happy with that one. So in total, I got 4 new Blu-rays here. Not many. Haven't been getting a whole lot of new Blu-rays as of late, but I guess I've been going quality over quantity lately, and again, kind of trying to save money and make more money by going to these places and finding things to sell instead of just for my collection. And I have been coming across some stuff for my collection as well. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I found Simon Birch on DVD, which I remember watching quite a bit when I was a kid, but at some point I decided I don't really like this anymore, and I've been wanting to watch it again recently. Not a whole lot, but you know, when I saw it there and it was like $2.50, I'm like, okay, why not? And yeah, it was it just basically helped me to get a better price on the DVDs that I was getting in order to sell. So I got that for me, and then I got the other DVDs to sell, and worked out. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute, another one that I got that actually I was going to sell, but since nobody apparently wants it, I'm going to keep it myself, because I kind of decided, I kind of want it myself, and that was Little Nicky. Little Nicky. Another one that it's been a long time. I don't know. There are memorable things about it, but I don't know if I really care that much about it. But still, it's only available on DVD. Might as well keep it for my collection, just for those few things that I remember about it. So, yeah. Anyways, that will do it for me today. Thanks for watching, you guys. Catch you later. Peace.